Why I'm getting into fitness coaching. I got into fitness pretty late in terms of my life, in terms of my perspective. I got into fitness junior year of high school. I started to run cross country. I didn't choose cross country because I really wanted to do cross country. I mean, I feel like that's everybody's last option. It's like the equivalent of the band kid of all the sports realm. But originally I was going to play baseball. Baseball was going to be my sport. And I chose baseball because I really liked this girl who was in my grade, and she didn't have any social media or anything, and it was during COVID's times, so you couldn't really see them or do anything, you know? She didn't have Instagram or anything at the time. So I decided in my off time, because we thought 2 weeks would go by and then be back at school, and it ended up being about a year. So I decided to pick up baseball during that time. At that time I was playing golf, but my golf coach at the time also played baseball at a very good level. So I came up to him one day and asked him if he'd want to show me how to play baseball. He said sure. So I went out with him and got obsessed. I don't know about you guys, but I get obsessed when I get into things. When it comes to videos, when it comes to working out, when it comes to running, or anything. You're gonna notice this kind of theme. I became obsessed with baseball and learning about it. And my favorite team I decided to root for was the Milwaukee Brewers. Why the Milwaukee Brewers? Because I was starting late. I was starting to learn baseball my junior year of high school, and there was this guy on the Milwaukee Brewers who became a pro and who also started in his junior year of high school. All right, that's enough lore about that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it everything I got. So I gave it everything. And I started running, started working out. My stepdad got a little weight set in the back, and I was pushing weights. I could barely lift the bar, actually. But yeah, we ended up getting in pretty good shape. I was running miles in my Vans because that's all I had. I had this pair of running shoes with some holes in it. If you guys know the Roshe 1, that was my first pair of running shoes. They were pretty stylish back in middle school, but going back to high school, I don't think they were as cool, but that's besides the point. I ended up noticing one day that this girl that I really liked got Instagram. I got pretty excited that she got Instagram, and so I decided to send her a message. And I was friends with some of her friends that knew her, and then her friends knew that I had a crush on her. So I reached out to her and asked, I was like, hey, what's up? And I kid you not, I don't even get one question in. Okay, maybe that's a lie. Maybe I got 3 questions in before it was brought up, but still, it was very quick. In fact, so quick that I was like, you didn't even give me a chance to speak. She ends up going and sends this text message saying, hey, I know you have a crush on me, but I don't feel the same way. I'm like, what? I didn't even ask you out or anything. I was trying to get to know you. Like, yeah, I have a crush. Like, what? What the hell? Anyways, that's when I decided baseball's not it. I dropped my coach and everything. I told my coach what happened, or I probably didn't, to be honest. But anyways, I told my coach that I was gonna run cross country because that's what I was doing. I was running all the time. And my friends were already doing cross country, and they said it could be super fun. And so I did it. And I was not fast at all. My first 3-mile time I ever ran, not in race, by the way, just in general. 3 miles was the race we ran here in Northern California, was 28 minutes. And my regular mile time was probably like 7 flat. Not good. But I told the coach, and I texted him and talked to him, and he gave me a little plan, and to be honest, I was not ready for that plan. He made me run 6 miles, and I was not ready for that shit. I ended up taking a lot of walks and a lot of breaks, but we ended up getting through it and running faster, and I did mile time trials and ran around my neighborhood a couple times, and I ended up running a 6-minute mile, there we go. And I was very, very happy about that. To this day, running a 6-minute mile felt way better than running 5. But that wasn't the end of it. I ended up wanting to run a sub 6-minute mile, and I kid you not, I ran 6 minutes 00 5 times in a row. 5. And then I ended up breaking it, running against my friends. I ran a 5:22 the first time I broke it. And that's the only time I ever tried to actually break it. And I loved track, and I loved cross country, and I was pretty good at out kicking people at the last moment. So much so that the coach wanted me to run the 400, which is 1 lap around the track. And I got okay at that. You know, I ran a 54 coming from an unathletic background, starting my junior year. So senior year, 24.5 and a 54-second 400. I had some decent potential, or maybe not, depending on who you ask. But I ended up believing in myself so much that I was like, I want to take this serious, and I'm gonna go try to run college track at community college. And I did. I didn't get much faster. I dropped a second in the 200 and 2 seconds in the 4. In the relays, I always performed pretty well. Maybe it was the camaraderie, but I never really believed in myself. And that seems to be a reoccurring theme when it comes to why I don't succeed. But I ended up getting a walk-on offer for Cal State San Marcos, which is where I'm going now, and I decided to decline. My times and sprints weren't fast. My distance runner background was pretty good. They wanted me to run the 8 and convert. This was before they changed NCAA rules, so they thought I had 2 years left. And they wanted 1 year to be a developmental year. So I decided to pass and focus on my career and get into health, because I was already doing it. I was running track, I was having a good time, I was in the best shape of my life. And now I'm at San Marcos, and I'm like, you know what? I want to impact other people's health. So I decided to become a physical therapy assistant, or physical therapy aide, not assistant. And doing that job, I ended up getting fired for other reasons. I'll say them in another video later down the line. And I noticed that a lot of people were overweight, unhappy, unsatisfied, and just unfulfilled. Even my boss was overweight, helping all these people. And I noticed a theme with all the people in physical therapy of minor injuries turning major to the point of physical therapy because of these chronic diseases and poor health that they could have done and taken care of if they were going to the gym, eating right, had some people motivating them. But no. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Everybody gets into it at their own time, and that's okay. But it lit a spark in me. But I needed money, so I got a job at Dick's Sporting Goods, which is where I'm currently working now. I just got off my shift, actually. I've got 2 weeks left, and my last day is October 17th. And my first day as an in-person personal trainer ever, coaching real people for the first time, is October 20th of 2025. And that's why I'm making this video. It's because I want to become an online coach to help people across the world achieve their fitness goals. Because of my experience at the PT office, I noticed that personal trainers can have that impact of allowing people to not go into physical therapy, not be going into the doctor's offices often, going into the doctors and looking forward to it, saying you're healthy, you're strong, you're in shape, you have such great muscle, and it feels good. Yeah?
You did it, really?
Okay. It feels good to help these people, to get them into a position where they walk into the doctor's office and the doctor says, I have nothing for you. You're one of the healthiest patients that have come in today. Imagine that. Imagine a life where you're walking into the doctor's office and walking into the health clinics and they've got nothing to give you. Maybe there's a small little thing, here or there, but you're one of the healthiest people that have come in here today. It's a good feeling. I know every time I get it, I feel pretty good. And I want to give that to other people. I don't want people to come into the doctor's office and dread their lives. I want people to look forward to the doctor's office. Being like, okay, well, maybe not looking forward to it, but you're gonna get some compliments and stuff, and it's just a good time. It's not, oh, I wonder what they're gonna say today. I want to live and embody that as a personal trainer and online coach and help these people, help you guys, not people, you guys watching this video, whoever you are. But the coaches that showed me how to work out, how to train hard, how to stay disciplined, how to be healthy, I want to do the same thing for the people who didn't get an opportunity when they were younger, or maybe they don't know where to start. Maybe they don't know how to build the habits, because it's hard. And I want to let everybody know who watches this video, who's either started or starting their fitness journey, that everybody goes at a different pace. Everybody goes and learns at a different speed. I know I tend to learn pretty slow, and it took me a long time to get to where I am. When I first moved to San Diego, I ended up losing 15 pounds from 1 year of college track to the start of 2025. I was 150 pounds, and now I'm 177 after a couple bulks and cuts, and I'm cutting to 168, and I'll be leaner and in better shape than I was in track. Maybe I won't be able to run as fast, but who cares? I'm gonna look and feel better, and that's what I want to provide for you guys watching this video, to trust the process, to take it one day at a time, because the benefits of going into that doctor's office or anywhere you go, that family gathering, and them being like, oh man, you lost a bunch of weight, oh man, you got a bunch of muscle, it doesn't get any better than that. So if you're deciding whether or not to take care of your health right now, whether you decide to sign up for my coaching when I offer it, somebody else's, or if you have no money and nothing to go off of, ask ChatGPT to make you a workout plan that you can do at home. It's free, right? Do whatever you can to just start. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be ugly.
Jason, I don't think you hear me. Your dinner is ready.
Okay,
I might eat it before it gets cold.
okay. Well, I guess that'll be the end of the video. But moral of the story is start. Figure out what you want to be in not a long time, right? Think of 3 goals. What do you want to be in 3 months? What do you want to be in 6 months? And what do you want to be in 1 year? And be honest. You don't need to have a huge goal. You just need to have a goal. Oh, but I'm gonna go eat dinner now. So, yeah, I think I made some dinner. So, I guess I gotta go eat that.